I'm saying statistics, ma'am.
Let's watch woke women get completely undone by basic question.
If anyone knows, I'll give you $100. What were the years for World War II?
No idea.
From when to when? What year?
No idea.
40.
No, it wasn't 40s? No.
You have to give me the exact years.
No.
The exact.
Exact years, World War II. Okay, fine. Tell you what decade, what was the primary decade of World War II?
The 30s?
The 50s.
Okay. Come on.
I don't
Guess,
know.
just guess.
No idea.
World War II.
No. 30s. 40s.
Okay, the primary decade of World War II was the 40s, 1939 to 1945.
Well, it looks like women who go into OnlyFans are not that smart. How surprising. This is such a revelation.
You can't even hear the question, so just listen to the question that's being asked.
It doesn't matter what I answer, you're going to debate it and just say I'm wrong.
I'll never debate it if I agree with the answer. Do you think that women's jobs are high on the danger threshold scale or low on the danger threshold scale?
Who chose to have a dangerous job and allocate the jobs to whoever? Men did.
I feel like you're allergic to answering a question. Is it a condition that you have? Perhaps we should get you some medication to fix the lack of being able to answer a simple question, so I'm going to ask it a third time. Just answer the question. Do you think women's jobs are higher or lower on the danger threshold scale?
What? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't hear you either. You should vocal fry harder.
At least she knows what a dumb voice sounds like.
Is Britain a deeply racist society?
We live in a society where we won't even talk about it. So until we actually we've only just really started talking about modern day racism. When we talk about racism, we're always, either talking, sorry to bring up what you talked about, but we're either comparing to America, which is wholly, wholly different. The history is very, very different. We celebrate the empire here, but the empire has a horrible history for people of color. But we have a multicultural society. So there's this imbalance, and especially when it comes to education, the whole system needs to change.
But let me look at education. Let's look at the figures on education. 33% of white kids go to university or further education. 37% of black kids go to university or further education. 67% of Indian kids go to university or further education. 76% of Chinese kids go to university or further education. Where's the racism in that?
I'm talking about how people's history and how people's
But I'm talking about now and the chances of young children.
I'm not talking about their...
But what's wrong with these figures?
I'm about to tell you. I'm not talking about their academic performance. I'm talking about how we are taught about each other. If black kids aren't being taught about their histories, if we're being taught, that white history is paramount, that's essentially feeding into a white supremacist narrative. We can't be teaching kids that white is the default, that white people's history is the sole history of this country. We need to be taught about black contributions and other contributions of other cultures within society.
But for most people, racism is, and what they'd like to improve, is the chances of people getting on regardless of the colour of your skin.
That's not just racism though. I'm talking about the mental health.
But it's still quite an important thing, and these figures would suggest that as a country we're doing reasonably well.
No, that's facts and figures.
But you think, facts and figures are important, but you think,
I think it goes deeper
that we are irredeemably racist, don't you?
I do. Unfortunately, I do. I think that the success of Britain is literally based on racism.
And do you think we're irredeemably racist as well?
100%.
But if you take something like gender,
I think
we are making advances in terms of gender pay.
Until you get all men smashing down the patriarchy, we are going to be on that page. So I think, yes, but we can make progress. I think we can make progress and we can combat it.
But if it's irredeemable, you can't make progress.
3 intelligent questions, and she offered loads of nonsense as a response.
Have you ever watched... Honestly,
of course.
Okay. Do you think that woman is disgusting and degenerate in that video when you watch it?
Yeah.
So why do you watch it?
Yeah, you're sinning.
I mean,
so at least you could be honest. At least you could say.
Stop. Let me answer the question, right? I'm not above myself being a person who has been prone to sin. The point of Christianity is not perfection, not to say that you're a perfect person. It's to always be moving towards theosis, being better. For you to say that there's no identification distinction between us because you say you have watched, yes, that's true, but you are a star who advocates for it right this second. So your argument is so absurd, it's like saying a person who was a cocaine addict can't tell people it's bad to do cocaine. Do you understand how absurd that is?
Oh, watching porn is sin? Cool. What do you call making it then? What do you call glamorizing and normalizing the industry?
The schools should not be tolerating it.
But the schools are not.
A teacher should not be saying, if you believe that women have vaginas and men have penises, you have to leave the school. That is complete nonsense, right?
In this particular case, the Telegraph cited this handful of examples. They were by teachers, individual teachers. They were not school policy. And in at least one case, the school disowned the teacher and the policy and said that it wouldn't happen again.
But what about this case in Rye College?
Yeah, I'm sure there are some examples of excesses. But on the basis of those exceptions, you can't make a generalized attack upon the school system and suggest that all our kids are being propagandized in this way, because it's simply not
But when you hear
happening.
that teacher, I think, to bring Douglas back in, when you hear that teacher, there's clear evidence of what we've all been fearing has been going on, which is a teacher caught on tape literally spewing nonsensical gender ideology propaganda.
But one teacher.
Yes,
only
I think,
one teacher.
One
out of
teacher,
tens of thousands.
Well, hang on, one teacher caught on tape,
think-
right? There've been many other instances of this being reported, but no one's actually had it on tape. It's a bit like, I would liken it to the Partygate scandal, when we finally got a video of the people having what was clearly a party. There've been lots of rumours about it. So now we have a teacher clearly on tape doing this
But
stuff.
it's not official school policy.
if I may,
Schools across the
if I
country
may.
are
Well,
not,
she's still, to
are
my
not
knowledge,
sanctioning this.
she is still working at that school. Douglas.
If I may, first of all, Ava rather unfortunately misspoke earlier when she said that the schoolgirl in question was acting out of fallacy. I think you meant a fantasy. But actually, she is acting out of fallacy.
Thanks ever
a
so
fallacy.
much. But do you know what I find fascinating?
She was right with fallacy.
Do you know what's fascinating about
which
Douglas?
has been propagated. A fallacy which has been propagated by gender ideologues and is doing profound damage to gay people, among others, in our society, as well as women.
Like
and let
you
me
ever
explain
cared.
very quick. Let me
Ever cared.
explain very quickly why. I can't quite hear you, but I can hear you muttering something. Let me quickly explain why. A poll that just got published in the United States showed that among the general population, support for gay marriage has been starting to decline in the last year. Why is that? It's because the arguments that actually brought about liberal rights for all minorities in the last few decades have started to get turned on their head and turned against people. What is the source of that? It is the gender ideology movement. What is the tripwire for the general public? It is children. It is people learning that their children are being taught nonsensical things.
So, Douglas, it's really important, actually, all of that point that you've just brought up, it's very on brand for you because, you know, you like to stoke fear. You've actually made a career out of it. I'll take you back to your book, The Strange Death of Europe, and you made a big fright, you frightened the entire public about your thoughts on Europe, and we ended up in Brexit. You weren't the sole contributor to that, but you were a big voice.
Can we stick on to
I will. And then, now we're talking about LGBTQ,
if I may say so
and you're
very
creating...
quickly,
Hang on, you spoke. I'm speaking.
No,
I'm speaking.
I'll
you spoke.
reply.
This is,
I'll reply.
No, I haven't
let
finished.
Ava speak, please.
Now,
Douglas.
back on the trans issue, when you're talking about LGBTQ, what you've just done there is basically say that the whole of America, who have historically had a problem with gay marriage, are now turning on it because a couple of children in a classroom in Sussex want to be a cat. If you can't see the ridiculousness in that argument, I can't help you.
The bigger issue is there is no such thing as gender ideology. We all have gender identities. You identify as a man, and I fully respect you.
Well, no, hang on. I don't identify as a man. I was born a biological male.
Yes.
That's where this whole thing goes rogue. I'll bring you back in, Douglas, in one second. That's where the whole debate goes rogue. You were born a biological male. You were born a biological female. Douglas, biological male. This is just a fact, right?
No.
Once you start saying there are hundreds of genders and you can identify as anything you want, you're going to end up with kids at school going, I'm a horse, and you've got to treat me like a horse.
She just talked about children identifying as animals, like she's referring to a Disney movie. Anyway, she made the career comment, of course Douglas wasn't going to take it.
Very quickly, I don't know, Ava, anything about your career. I don't know if you have one. But you did try to imply that you knew something about mine, and you just showed you know nothing about it, because actually my 2017 bestseller, The Strange Death of Europe, was not about the EU. So you should learn at some point to read more than the title of the book before commenting upon it.
It was about migration.
Let me very quickly.
And how rude are you? How rude are you?
Very
You've
quickly.
built a career out of fear-mongering, and you're now importing those evangelical American ideas onto UK television.
You haven't even
it's
built
very
a
odd.
career,
have you?
Well, have you built a career, Amy? Was it? Do you guys know Amy? I guess we have our answer.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Did you hear that he represents Womanhood USA? He is a right-wing provocateur. He's trying to embarrass the
Come here. Can I ask you a question?
Is that actually a microphone?
Yeah.
Hi.
What's weird about conservatives?
That they're so tight-assed about what's weird about everybody else.
Yeah? And what do you mean by that?
I don't have enough brain cells for this right now, sorry.
Yeah, we don't want to waste brain cells trying to make sense of your answer either, sir.
How much they suck in the back rooms at shops and stuff.
Yeah?
It's always the straight conservative men in the back rooms at shops.
Holy crap. And you think that's weird?
I do, because why?
I thought being gay was normal.
Oh, I mean, so...
Gay is only normal if you have insanely dyed hair and a more insane brain. And lady, why are you breathing so hard?
Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I actually lived in the Middle East for 2 years as a child.
That's really good. Now, if you could reply with the proper, like assalamu.
You see, I had a... Yeah,
Alaikum
no.
assalam.
Yeah, not a fan. See,
have a good day.
Growing up there as a young girl, I wasn't a big fan of having to cover myself all the time. And, the actual rape culture that goes on in the Middle East. And, throwing gays off of buildings and such. I wasn't a big fan of that, being an American over there.
Neither am I, but you don't think Donald Trump is after the same policies?
I don't think he wants to throw gays off of buildings, no.
No, but he's openly against them in radical form.
Open against what?
Gay people, Islamic people, black people, Mexican people. He's all about the hate.
Oh, wow, the gasp of disbelief. Donald Trump is radically against gay people.
You already know, yeah. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, what?
Yeah.
You? All right, who you voting for?
I don't know yet. I just don't want to answer the question.
All right, who you voting? Just say it.
Okay, honestly, Trump.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
We
Hispanic. That's what we're supposed to vote for. Why are you scared to say that?
Because people that know me are gonna be
gay
what
porn.
the fuck?
Yeah. You remember, I like you.
I mean, honestly, I think that we could have better options.
I have something to say after this. All right, what about you? Who you voting for?
I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Okay. Say it, what about you?
I can't say.
Okay. That's Trump.
I can't. No,
No,
I
she's
can't
probably voting
say.
Kamala.
She
might be voting for Cornel West.
I can't say.
Are you even going to vote?
I am. I'm going to vote, but I don't want to talk about politics.
That we're about to switch into that.
Okay. Yes.
So go ahead and say who you're going to vote for. We'll put a mask on you while you say
I can't really say.
Why can't you? Who's going to beat you up?
No, for my job.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything because of my career and my job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you can talk about dick and girth? Your job fine with that?
Yeah, it's a nightclub. They don't care.
How dare a nightclub have political position?
About who you voting for?
Right.
I don't want to take that chance.
Oh, you work at an LGBT nightclub.
Okay, I almost don't believe her, but if she's telling the truth, that's just horrible. It has to be a liberal nightclub for sure. Now to the juicier stuff.
Oh, you already voted? Who you voted for? You voted for Kamala? Okay, what made you pick Kamala over Trump?
I just like the administration.
Okay, what do you like more about the administration, her administration, than the...
Well, I like the Biden administration. They all have the same thing.
So you like
They
Biden?
have the same laws. Yeah, I liked it. Biden, Obama.
Tell us what you liked about Biden, his last 4 years.
Well, it was the Obama administration is what started it, and what I liked.
What did you like about it specifically?
Yeah, the last
policies. Well, what I liked about it specifically is that I have epilepsy and I had brain surgery while Obama was in office, and he made a rule that said that if I could be 26 years old on my dad's. He made a law for it to go through, and then I was able to have brain surgery at 26 years old and save my life. So therefore, I just like the administration just for how they help us.
The personal,
personal story
about
people.
it. Okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
Okay. But that was Obama though. Like Biden didn't.
No, I'm saying it's the same administration. I like their administration.
I don't think about the Biden and.
No, what I mean, okay, everybody.
4 years of Trump in between.
Listen, everybody's ran it differently, but they've stayed at the core.
Oh, you saying they pretty much the same thing?
Yeah, I like they're staying at their core, like about the people for me. Like I told you, I just gave you a personal.
Yeah, of course.
So
yeah, it's hard for us to argue.
It's not about the person or this or that.
It's a personal take on it.
Yeah, I understand that, but I do think that the Biden administration and the Obama administration were pretty different.
Completely different.
But I mean,
but not by healthcare values and things like that.
Okay.
So if you guys are listening to me, I pay attention to healthcare and things like that.
Gotcha. So you like the Biden administration because the healthcare mirrors that of the Obama administration of 08. Similarly.
Well, what changed during?
Hold on.
What changed during the years of Trump?
Kamala said it's going to be different though.
No, I want to know what changed during the years of Trump because you got to remember Trump was in between Biden and Obama.
You guys asked me the question, I answered it.
I just translate. She doesn't have an answer, at least not one that makes any sense.
That is the reason why I would never vote for Kamala, because she does the exact same thing. And you watch it. When they ask her a second question about what she said, she gets offended.
James Shen, the Amazon tribe led by women, is a myth built around Circassian nomadic tribes. Those societies were led by men. By the way, Frank Castle, that disrespectful thing that thinks the military is fun and games. Isaiah McCrimmon, don't disrespect military as toy soldiers. The ones that fought yours and your freedoms in the first world country. For yours and your freedoms. I have family and friends there. Don't address them as such. Yeah,
a lot of people died for your freedom.
Yeah,
a whole lot.
Yeah.
Everybody
my uncle's
has
in the military.
sacrificed or has sacrifices that have been made. Now, the term toy soldier, I'm thinking Eminem's song, and it wasn't to offend those who choose to go into the army and defend the country. Now, for you to see it as disrespect,
Their sacrifices are far more potent than yours.
Way more.
Well, for you to compare, that's where you lack.
No,
So
I
I'm
can't
not
compare. They fought for the freedom that you enjoy right now. You are a 25-year-old girl on a podcast.
I don't want to speak on something that I'm not fully aware of, so I'm gonna let you have
No, I'm letting you be
because
aware right now.
I
They
don't-
fought for the liberty that you have right now to be able to speak the way that you do.
I cannot attest to that. So, and I don't
If you
think
said what
can
you said
either.
in another country, they would have taken you, put a blindfold over your head, and been waterboarding you by now.
Well, that's okay.
You are able to say what you want to say because of the people that defend the United States.
I cannot attest to that, so I won't speak.
That is
on
a fact. There's nothing to argue
I
there.
don't do facts. I do truth.
So-
I just said I don't remember what I said, so I don't.
So you're just
believe I
talking
was
to talk then at this point.
No, I'm just defending myself because I feel as though you're not coming with the nature to, oh, you said this, and this was disrespectful.
We are.
You're
The
just
fact
saying,
is, you call people in the military toy soldiers, and that's disrespectful.
I don't do facts, I do truth? Really? That's the rebuttal to disrespecting the men and the women in the army?
Just walk out this way. This way.
Have a good night. Get home safe.
Come on, man. You
Don't be boring on the show, too.
Y'all are being clowns now.
You were talking the whole entire time.
Come on.
Yeah, they got kicked out.
How much do you want your wedding to cost?
My thing is not a cost thing. It just needs to
Say that up, but we don't, come on.
I want 2 weddings. I want one here and I want one abroad in South Africa.
Okay, so you've roughly done the costings, roughly.
I haven't done the cost.
But roughly.
Probably like 600k. Probably even more. Probably like...
What currency are we talking about?
Pounds. Probably like 500k.
Wedding?
400k.
Wedding?
350.
Wedding?
How much?
You're trolling me.
Why am I going down?
You're trolling
How
me.
much did it cost?
A wedding?
Yeah, my dress, my bridesmaids, my car, my people, my hair, like my ring. Are we including the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yes, I see Delusion has reincarnated into a woman and is now prancing the streets. A 600,000 pounds wedding. How much did Queen Elizabeth herself spend on her wedding?
That shows you is that the people in real America, in small town America, weren't buying the bull dust that was coming out of the elites about voting
about
for
the idea of there being a real America.
I'm sorry, I was speaking
All America
before
is
you
real.
interrupted. Is it okay
and
if
the
I speak?
question, I believe, was to me. All of America is
I
real.
wasn't
If you live in the city or you live in a small town, you're still an American.
This is the reason why Donald Trump won, because people like you lecture and hector people.
Pricey.
Steve.
We were talking
Why?
to Jamila, and you I don't thought I need was to on keep to the that. interview.
And 7 years later, that statement is still true. What's with the audience's reaction, acting like he called her a slur?
What do you think about the women's draft? What do you think about them calling for a draft on women?
I was extremely disappointed when I saw that the Senate passed that NDAA version with the amendment to force women to register for the draft. Adding women to the list of people who are being oppressed by forcing them to, to register for the draft is a horrible idea. And I just wonder what the Democrats and the Republicans have planned.
So why are you wearing your bra on the outside of your shirt? What are you trying to get across?
Well, we're saying bust up militarism, bust up war spending, disarm, and, we're all for feminism, but not for militarism. And we need people to understand that women want peace.
Okay, let's get this straight. Women should not be added to those that are oppressed. So do we agree that men are oppressed too? Secondly, militarism, really? What about equality? What about what a man can do a woman called do better? Put your underwear into your shirt and just go home, ma'am.
Tell us about, you look gorgeous, tell us about all these beautiful trans women out here. Tell us about your transition, how it went.
Can I hold this, please?
No.
So I have a question for you. Why are you asking me those questions?
Here's where it all begins to go downhill.
I am not offended or nothing like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So ask me a better question.
Do you want to talk about sort of transitioning or anything like that, or like what people
I
can?
never transitioned because I was born a woman.
No, of course you're a woman. Of course.
I was born a woman.
Yeah.
Does it make it?
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm not here challenging that at all. We're like out here. The whole thing is like being proud and it's like supporting.
Trans woman any less of a woman?
No, you are a woman. That's what I'm saying.
No. Does it make a trans woman any less of a woman?
No, you are 100% a woman.
Is a trans woman any less?
No. 100%. All women are women. Trans women, all women, and like I think you are as much of a woman as any other.
What's your opinion on trans women?
I support them and I love them.
Okay.
That's why we're interviewing them. We're showcasing them.
You haven't interviewed one yet because I'm not a trans woman.
Okay. Is there another definition that people like to use, or I don't mean to be?
I was born a woman. I was born with female genitals.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like she didn't take those ally classes seriously. You were born a woman with female genitals? You mean womanhood can be proven by organs? Wow.
What's that got to do with the price of bread, Piers? I
literally told you I'm about to debate this
I'm not on that segment. Guys, ask the next guest.
What is a woman?
What do you mean ask the next guest? I said ask the next guest.
You don't know what a woman is?
A woman is someone who defines as a woman, period, done.
Anyone?
Next guest, please.
Anyone? Okay, I'm a woman. Is that, yeah?
I said next guest because that's not my segment.
If I say I'm a woman.
I know you're trying to trap me and I'm not falling
If I say I'm a woman.
He's trying to trap you. Trap you. Did somebody go into the lab to make a batch of stupid powder, doused it into the atmosphere, and these women unfortunately inhaled it? This kind of foolishness cannot be deemed normal.
But there's something to be said about age and experience, life experience. A lot happens in your 20s, and things level out.
Getting ran through in baggage and trauma.
There's people with
men don't
emotional
want that.
intelligence.
Men don't want that in a partner.
Then why aren't they wifing us early? Why are they running around town? Like, if they don't want us ran through in baggage and trauma, why are they they're waiting till, how are we so at 20 I should be looking for 40-year-olds that are ready to settle? I don't know how to I don't know how you it sounds like just a losing battle all around if you look at it as all the responsibilities.
But it depends on if you're a wife. All wives are found, always. If you're 20 years old and you're a wife, you're going to be found, period. In the story.
Wifing us early? Who exactly is the yes in this scenario? Girls who get on OnlyFans before they are 20 years old. Women who claim to not want or need men. Those ones?
Now, are you one of those people who would be able to get out of the woods yourself?
Yeah, I just spent the last 4 days in the woods.
All right, great. Can you tell me how you make a fire in the woods?
Yeah, you have a spark thing.
Yeah, no, you don't have anything. You just have your bare hands. How would you make a fire?
Stick with the little...
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Just walk me through how you would make a fire in the woods.
You rub the sticks together, dude.
You rub two sticks together, and then what happens when you rub two sticks together?
Friction happens, and then it creates heat, and then heat creates fire.
Well, I mean, that's true, but you would have to combust something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so why don't you walk me through, without being snarky, actually walk me through how you would start a fire in the woods by
What does
yourself.
having to start a fire have to do with anything?
Now tell me how you make a fire in the woods when you don't have anything to make a fire with.
I don't feel like answering this question.
Women claim to hate men so much, some of them begin to morph into men. Isn't that just hilarious? She's a big scary dude who is getting triggered about making a fire, even though she claimed to have been in the woods for 4 days. So random people at a university were being asked if trans women should be allowed in women's sports. The reasonable ones in the group said no, they are biological men. And of course, a woman began to yell about how transphobic was. Okay, that's the background to the meltdown you're about to see.
Like, what is the definition of transphobia?
Transphobia is when you exclude trans people. Transphobia is when you do not believe that trans people are really the identity they identify with. Transphobia is hatred towards trans people. Transphobia is prejudice against trans people. That's what transphobia is. And thinking that trans athletes should not compete with regular athletes in their own separate league, it's transphobic.
Okay, so do you need all 3 of those criteria to be met?
No, you don't. No,
you need one.
Yes.
So if I believe, I just want to make sure, because you used a term and it's very important that we're all on the same page. So if I believe that a person who was born a man who has not had bottom surgery, who got arrested, should go into a woman's prison, who should not go into a woman's prison, am I a transphobe?
That is a completely different question, and I don't even know your reason.
But it's excluding though.
But I don't even know your reason for that.
Well, it's so I'm trying to figure out what the word transphobe means.
By asking me a completely hypothetical question when I
by asking you, well, you gave me a definition, but it meets the first one, so that would seem under your definition it's transphobic. You have a definition? Okay, hold on.
Google definition. Hold on. This pisses me off. We're not using a Google definition. Hold on. We're not using a Google definition to describe transphobia, because this is exactly like when you say white people can't be racist, and they pull the definition of racism, and they're like, oh no, but here it says racism is blah 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 blah. Google definition can literally not define something that you literally have spent years studying. Because you're a gender studies major, right? Or
not a major, no.
Not a major.
I'm one of the world's foremost experts in
gender studies.
Not leading. I'm in the top 10.
Okay, not leading then. You're not a leading world gender studies, just a gender studies. But that proves that you've literally studied this. Like, this is a field that can be studied.
Not only have I studied it, I've outpublished virtually everybody in my field in a 10-month period.
Yeah, but
true, that's true. That's a fact. That's in fact.
So, but that just shows you. So you've spent a lot of your lifetime studying this field. Yes.
No, about 3 years.
Okay, but you spent multiple years studying this field.
Yes.
Would you say it's a complex field?
Yes and no.
So you published multiple pieces of literature on it. Obviously, it's not a one-done thing. If I could just go onto Google and Google a bunch of different definitions, then what's the point of studying something? The point of studying something is because it's nuanced, because it's rooted in a lot of history. Google Translate, Webster Dictionary is
it falsifiable?
That's not my point right now. That's not my point right now.
Why are you getting all worked up? You brought the term up.
Like, what is the goal of this?
What is the goal of what?
Yeah, what's the goal of this?
You volunteered to be a part of thanking.
I'm traditional. Doesn't matter that I do.
Can you tell me what the Catholic Church's official doctrine on is?
You think I'm
Yes.
No, I'm not yet.
Do you have
of the client and how much?
Do you have for money?
Yes, why not?
That's.
I think I'm enjoy more if somebody pays.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay, well then you're so.
Yeah, maybe yes, a little bit.
Yeah. So what does the Catholic Church say about?
I'm not affect to the other persons, you know. I don't.
Yeah. What does the Catholic Church say about?
I don't know. You tell me. You know. I don't know.
You tell me. You're the Catholic. I'm not Catholic. What does the Catholic Church say about?
No,
You don't know?
No.
Where do these people even spring up from?
Thank you. Our next question will come from Jennifer Jacobs at Bloomberg.
Experiencing record inflation, the worst in 30 years, way beyond expectations. OPEC didn't increase oil production. Can you tell us a little bit about how you would prevent the new spending in your Build Back Better agenda from exacerbating the problem? And also, what else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more.
You would think that asking a question about inflation already implied that they already knew what was going on. Bread and gas cost more? Well, no poop Sherlock. Whose fault is that?
So, we've just arrived at the Women's March in London, which has been going on for a few hours now, and there's still a few thousand people here. It still seems to be in full swing. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be walking around, speaking to people, just getting an idea about how third wave feminism is doing in 2017. Let's go. It seems like the left are loving to silence us.
Not in my name.
What isn't in your name?
What isn't my name? This increasing move towards discrimination, racism, misogyny. You know, we're the other 98% whatever.
The 98% of what?
We're the other 98%.
Well, 53% of women voted for Donald Trump.
I know, it's very sad.
So 98% of who?
Go and interview someone else.
That's a shame. Tired cold. That's what we're up against today, I guess.
So today we have a feminist who thinks she can throw statistics around when they still don't understand how their beloved wage gap works. Also, why are English women protesting against Trump in a feminist rally in England? Guess Americans are not the only nosy people on the planet. How refreshing.
Say you were president tomorrow. Where would you send taxpayer money?
Everybody can keep their own money.
No taxation?
No taxes, because this is America. We got a money printing machine.
Yeah.
Why are we paying taxes? Everybody keep their money.
Okay.
I like that. I agree.
Keep it all?
Keep it all.
Well, we can now tell who voted for Kamala in 15 seconds. That's one accomplishment. Add that to Kamala's biography.
Why don't we like the patriarchy? Because the patriarchy. Why? Because it makes it so much harder to exist and just like have equal rights, and it just that.
So do you think women have it like harder in society?
Yes, definitely.
Do you think men at all face any hardships at all, or is it really just like an attack on women in our society?
Well, I feel like they're really expected to be the breadwinners all the time.
Do you like that or not like that?
I personally like that because I wouldn't mind not working in the future.
So in the future, you want to be a mom?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, you want to be a wife?
Yes.
What does that look like for you if we don't like the patriarchy?
I'm gonna let you answer that one. Oh, well, I was just going to say it's not about like hardships. It's just about like making it an even playing. Everyone can have a hard life, but women are like statistically targeted more.
That one making the double chin face is definitely pro-choice. Well, unless the choice is to become a wife and a mother.
You would find it gayer for a man to have with a transgender woman than a masculine presenting like lesbian woman.
It's not gay at all to hook up with the lesbian. Even if she was butch, it would not be gay.
I don't like saying this because I think I would be kind of misgendering somebody who doesn't even exist. But like a non-binary woman, for instance, non-binary biological woman, you would feel more comfortable hooking up with her even if she showcases herself out very masculine, very manly. That's still more of a hetero activity.
Was she born with a vagina?
Yes.
Is she biologically female?
Yeah.
That's not gay.
Okay.
Why she is confused confuses me. What exactly is so hard to grasp here?
Have somebody in the White House with views that are so degrading to women. If somebody like that, and with his views in the White House today, I don't know what hope we have for the rest of women across the world. I think that the danger that we have here is that these men have got platforms with which they can disseminate these views to a much wider audience. I mean, last night we had Piers Morgan who took to his Twitter account and he branded feminists, rabid feminists, for women that were protesting.
Protests are really inconsistent because I've not seen any protest against the Saudi government, even though people know that for years women have not been allowed to drive or do anything.
Well, answer the question, will you? Recently, those women have been banned from speaking in public, speaking to make doctors. They are not even allowed to go to school. Now, answer this. Why is it easier for feminists to fight for invisible things than it is to actually stand up for women in need? It's because there is no movement. It's just a man-loathing club. Sorry. I just thought it was a little funny. Okay, woke women losing to simple questions. Let's get back to it.
Are you saying that men should not be allowed to have Barbie dolls?
I did not say that whatsoever, but I'm saying there's certain character attributes and traits of how young men should be raised and how young ladies should be raised.
You are defining that women should be raised in one way and men should be raised in another.
Without a shadow of a doubt, yes. Men are better at some things than women, and women are better at some things than men.
What things are men better at?
Lifting heavy objects. Women are better caretakers and nurturers. Women are more organized.
I'm sorry, say that again?
That men are usually stronger physically than women, that is true.
How is that naturally better? Like,
I'm not saying better. I'm not saying one gender is better than the other. They're different.
I can see your point. I can see that men do have more testosterone.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. So there's differences.
Yes, but
therefore, men are better at certain things than women, and women are better at certain things than men.
Give your children dolls if you so please. But the left is very obsessed with boys and Barbie dolls. That's why they made that mid-movie and were moping about Oppenheimer doing better.
Men are typically expected to court women, approach women, ask them out on dates, maybe pick them up, pay for dates, make the first move, etc. What are women expected to do to build a relationship? So I'm talking about that initial stage. What are women expected to do?
Wait, so are we saying that like like he takes you out on a date? Like,
no, he's like, so like when you're like, let's say like the first date, like usually on a first date, like a guy picks you up, like he takes you there and he's like expected to pay, but like what are like you expected to do, kind of like in these like dating scenarios?
Just be yourself.
Bring good conversation.
Be yourself. Like are you expected to impress him? Do you want to do a party trick?
Yes, what a fair trade. He's expected to cough up hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a first date, open your door, or sometimes send you an Uber. Flowers are always welcome, of course. And what do? Be yourself. I guess he's just an ATM machine, so he's just being himself too.
Because that's all guys want. All guys want is to swear to God. No, let me rephrase that. Men want, and that's all they want from you. Hire guys that are worth more, that will benefit your life more. They're not just gonna want from you, and that's a fact.
Or could it be that the men that only want from women is because that's all that the women have to offer? Because for me, he's all you're offering, he's all I want.
Well, that's definitely some food for thought or shower tearjerkers. Either way, some introspection will be done, hopefully.
Do you not think the rhetoric of defining ISIS as Islamic is in itself problematic in a nation where xenophobia is resulting in material violence against Muslim Americans, specifically when ISIS is taking Islamic religious documents out of context?
When you're standing over young girls and you're about to rape them and you're reading from a Quran, don't get mad at me. That's what they're doing. Hey, you can say what you want, brother. That's what they're doing. I don't know. Ask them before they do it. I'm over here in America. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is that why do we continue to want to say, let's deny history. Let's deny all these things that have happened because we don't want to upset this greater, entity. I have gone over to these countries. I have fought for their freedom. I understand that. And I understand that there is also a contingent that is following a phase of Islam. If you understand the first phase from 610 to 622 AD, from 622 to 628, in those 6-year period, Muhammad led 33 combat raids. The first one started was the Nakhla raid. They are following his tradition. They are following his precepts. When he came back to Mecca, he ordered the beheading of 700 people there in Mecca. I didn't do that. And the thing is that everyone continues to come here and say, don't say that because you upset and offend other people. Well, I want them to be upset. I want them to be offended. So maybe they can join us in this fight so that 9 people in a mall in St. Cloud, Minnesota, don't get asked if they're Muslim or not and they get stabbed. I don't want that happening in the United States of America. I don't want that happening anywhere. I don't want it to happen in Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan. And I've been willing to put my life on the line for that. I don't know if you have, but I have.
Americans love terrorists and oppressors so much, it seems like a new strain of Stockholm Syndrome.
Just like your body, I don't understand why other people have to put their input on what you choose to do.
Well, if there wasn't a little body in there, I wouldn't do anything.
But some certain
I'm just trying to love.
body.
I'm trying to seek justice for the other humans that don't have protection.
But what happens with the baby when it comes out? Because no one cares about once you give birth to a child. No one's gonna.
Well, we should care about babies when they're born too. I don't think we should kill born babies either.
So you just give birth to it and then.
Yeah.
What?
So you just advocate killing them?
The abortion center.
No. I'm advocate of loving children, protecting them, helping people in serious situations.
So do you do anything with, like,
Never
foster
answering
kids and
evil
stuff?
with evil. I'm totally for fostering. Do you think that we should just kill all the foster kids because they're in foster care?
Yeah, she didn't have a response. No surprise there. Man, wokeness has really done a number on young people. She's in high school. She should be thinking about dresses, college, and some dumb boy, not how to ease the guilt when you kill a baby.
Of all the relationships that you've had, do you end the relationship or does the guy?
I've ended every single relationship.
You've ended every single relationship. What about you?
I've also ended every single relationship.
How many relationships have you been in?
3. Mostly me. I've ended them all, I think like 5.
5 relationships, you've ended them all?
I've ended them all and I've only been in 2.
2? What about you?
I think I've been in like 5 or 6, and only once has somebody else ended the relationship.
I would say 75% me. I've been in 4 relationships and I've ended all of them. Ended all 3.
Whoa. A typical complaint I hear from women is, why are men so commitment phobic? Why are men scared of commitment? Why don't men want to get married? All of you, it's almost unanimous, have ended all of your relationships.
Can I add
Once
something?
you get commitment, you overwhelmingly end it.
Can I not? The thing is,
So who's really scared of commitment?
Hold on.
See how they all got so loud? Yeah, that's the guilt and desire to vilify men again. They all seemed very proud of the fact that they ended most, if not all, of their relationships. Why get defensive after you realize you've been cornered by your own achievements?
We all have our past traumas, and sometimes, you were promiscuous in the past, but now you've changed your ways, and somebody should accept you for that.
I don't like to use the word should. It's one of my things. I'm trying to eliminate
So-
that word, but
Why not?
should?
Yeah, it's quite a common word in the
It
vernacular.
is a very common word. There's a lot of common words that we could delete from our language, but should is a word. It just makes us judge each other, put ourselves against, compare ourselves to each other, and then it makes us give ourselves standards that we're not really doing. We're saying that, oh, we should do this, we should do this, we should do this. It's saying, you're putting yourself at failure. So
I have a question. I have a question on the should thing.
Yeah.
If you have a child, should you feed the child?
It is best looked upon to feed the child.
I bet she looks at astrology charts before making a decision and uses crystals to cleanse her environment.
How many sugar daddies have you had?
I don't remember, but right now I have 3.
You don't know how many total? Like at 10 plus, 20 plus, 30 plus?
Probably 10 plus.
And so you have 3 currently. Do you hook up with any of them?
Yes.
All 3 of them?
Yes.
How does it work? Do they give you an allowance?
Something like that.
So do they also pay for your bills?
Something like that.
I would not be mistaken in saying, but you're correct?
No.
You're sleeping with 3 men simultaneously, many of them much older than you, for the purposes of them giving you money. Can you explain to me how that's not?
Actually, if you could explain to all of us, that would be greatly appreciated. So, kindly share with the class. How are you not a prostitute when you sell your body to men in exchange for money?
How important are women's rights?
Dude, take out your and say it wouldn't be important if you didn't have it.
Yeah.
They're taking away our organs and saying somebody else can decide how to use them.
Uh-huh.
Well, she must have enjoyed the vapor of some leaves before going to that protest. That's for sure. Women, gotta love them, am I right? Thank you for enduring through this video. You are very strong. There's more to come, so subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to like and leave your thoughts in the comments. Stay unwoke.